Alright, welcome back everybody to another game of chess. Oh man, my when my headset ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, there we go. Oh, we haven't actually hit start game. Oh, yes we have. And it has started. The two scenes that I've made that are almost identical. Okay, so we have e4. We're trying to get better at playing e5. e4, e5. And just seeing, I guess, what our opponent plays as well. And here we go. Okay, we have an Italian. There have been times I've been playing Russo Gambit, times I've been trying to play Traxler, but I feel like, oh, and we're playing against a 1463. We've been on a bit of a losing streak, um, and against my better judgment, I have coffee. This will probably backfire on me, but I'm kind of tired of losing, so I am using performance-enhancing drugs. Do not as I do. I don't know if that's right. Coffee at whatever time it is at night is fine. It's fine for people. But yeah, we've been, we crossed 1400, and I don't think, well, we might have gotten 1390, but we haven't crossed that barrier again in a long time. So I want to try to get there. We just got kind of a pretty symmetrical Italian going on here. I could go here, which is something people do. I don't know, it's just like what I think of when developing. But I think the knight over here also makes sense. The bishop would have nowhere else to go to get other than getting traded. Could go here, but then we'll probably go here, and then again, same problem. This pawn would be hanging, which I'd rather not do, so I might as well do the development this way, opening up our light squared bishop. Not really going for anything at the moment. If we can get this pin, maybe our knight would go here instead. And in fact, they are going for this idea. I'm just gonna, as much as I'd rather not trade the bishops, I think opening up the A file is fine. We have most of our pawns on dark squares, and we got the light squared bishop, so maybe that will work in our favor. This is actually hanging. I just kind of didn't even really realize that. But I guess we had to deal with that knight move. So I didn't really want to damage this pawn structure. I'd rather preserve the pawn structure than the bishop, which might be the wrong idea, but hey, we're trying to learn. One of the things we can come back to maybe in our thought process analysis portion. They defend. We can still do this idea if we want. Do we? Do we want to do that? They did it to us. But let's do this. Let's do this idea and see how this goes. Doing more developing, getting our light squared bishop off its starting square, putting pressure on this knight. This is a threat. Those are my main ideas at the moment. Okay, interesting. Our opponent, I don't know if they just didn't see this, but now they are going to have a damaged pawn structure, which we are all for. Our opponent has the bishop pair, but almost all the pawns are still on the board. It's a pretty relatively closed position, I guess. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so what now? I mean, I still feel like we're gonna be up in exchange here. Am I right? Am I wrong? I feel like I'm right. What's better? I'm gonna say this is better. Okay. That's cool. That's fine. All well and good. How should we proceed? Should we be like crazy? I feel like we shouldn't be that crazy. Here is fine, I think. This piece is still pinned. Not that it matters, I guess. Maybe here. No, maybe that's bad. But I feel like here, then here. I don't have much option, to be honest. But I like this bishop being just on this side of the board. But maybe this is more active because it sees more. Over here and here, I mean, it barely sees anything, but it's close to the king. So that's a tough nut to crack. What's better? Being near the king, pointing at the queen. If the bishop moves to either of these squares, I feel like it wouldn't take long to kick it out. I'm gonna, against my better judgment, I feel like, man, yeah, maybe that was the, like, absolutely wrong move. But, like I said, I guess we're learning. It's so hard. I finally am like, let's just do a move, and then I'm like, oh wait, here are all the reasons I probably shouldn't have done this move. Okay, I'm just rerouting. Then if I can park my keister here. Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, like I said, we're trying to get here. So that's all well and good. This is not an idea. What else? What else? Okay, they opened this up. So that's doing that. What should we do? What should we do? Is there anything we can? Is there anything we should? I'm actually thinking now here, then take, and then I can go here. I can maybe try to infiltrate this way into that, potentially. Let's do it. I don't know, they might try to trade or something here. If they do, then what? Do we still go for this? I feel like we shouldn't. Then I don't know, maybe back here. Oh. Oh, damn. Okay, if here... Oh, man. Dang, that's crazy. If here, then here, then here, then here... That's pretty much it, huh? Man. Just like that, it goes away. Oh, tough game this is. Definitely didn't see that coming. That's crazy. We're gonna be down a knight. If we do it, I don't think we have a choice, honestly. I think this is all forcing. Tough game. Yeah, I don't really see anything else, honestly. Man, I don't think we're gonna. Man, I feel like I might as well resign. I hate it. Oh, blundering so hard against decent people. It is insane. What is this, Giuoco piano 4 nights? I feel like, you know, it wasn't bad. I feel like up here I had an advantage, but that bishop to h5 was, I think, wrong for sure. Yeah, maybe this was better just locking it all up. Oh, and now this is our life. I don't know. At this point, I always get so disillusioned that I feel like launching things at their king. So much for the coffee. Now I'm just gonna be awake for nothing. Let's try. See if we can get anything out of this. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's one thing to be tilted. It's one thing to be in a completely losing position and like I don't know what I can't see the things. I can't make a war of attrition out of this, but good, good, fine, and sloppy by us. So, I don't know. Some my ideas right now is moving. So if they taking with the rook, bringing this rook over here. So this was a completely useless thing. Trying to put some pressure here. I'll probably move up here. Probably move here, and I'll get a pawn for my troubles. A pawn for your troubles. Penny for your thought, pawn for your troubles. Attacking here. So if I went here, then here, then here, then maybe here. I don't know, do we get anything out of this? I don't think so. Okay, yeah, get a little tempy. So maybe that's alright. There you go. Okay, now back to other ideas. Is this? Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, no, maybe not as much. Here, and here. Don't get really a whole lot for it. If I go here, then here. Again, what am I trying to accomplish? Hard to tell. I don't know. I'm just doing this. Seeing what happens at this point. Any slick spot I can go to? I guess, this rook still isn't in the game. This rook isn't in the game. This bishop is doing some decent work for us. I don't know. Let's just be annoying and see if we can get anything out of being annoying. And maybe this could be some ideas in the future. Like, their king, I guess, is... I'm not... I guess, like, I'm not terrible. I'm pretty bad, but this is a pretty active rook. It's pretty passive rook, pretty passive rook, pretty passive rook. So I got one active rook to their two passive ones. Although they can easily just swing on over to the other side. And yeah, even just jump up and, you know, protect everything this way. Yeah, what can we do? What can we do? Is there anything we can? Is there anything we should? How do we do this? How do we do this? I don't know. I feel like I need to do some sort of rook lift. So here, then here, maybe? And here, then here. I don't know, they could block this way. I don't know, maybe I'll come all the way up here instead. If they come back, then I'll go here. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, we'll just slide on over. That's our plan. And like I said, I think we're just going to try to be annoying. 'Cause honestly, I don't know what else to do. So yeah, attacking here. I'm going to slide on over. If they move back, we'll move over here. If they move either one, just gonna maybe drop back. Maybe drop back here. Oof. Yeah, maybe I can drop all the way back here because they don't have a pawn to be annoying to me there. And yeah, we'll just try to make this happen. Okay. I mean, I'm operating at a disadvantage, so... Okay. I really don't get anything this way. Okay, so that's what they were doing. I don't know, I can just do this. And if they can't do that, so... No, I don't have this. Then I can just move here. Right. Well, annoying. What can you do? What can you do when you just lose your queen and your knight and all that jazz? Is there anything? Is there anything one can do? Do we just accept our fates? If I move here, then here. Oh yeah, no, and also here. So it's all nonsense. 28 moves. I don't know if I can stand this. If there was a window, it's rapidly closing. And oh, it's late days or early mornings. Just very disappointing. Good game to our opponent. They're gonna trade down as much as it could be to be instructive to grind this into an end game. It's, I feel, not worth it. That game didn't go your way, but there are some good moves to review. Let's take a look. Y'all, you're too kind. Again, it was a Giuoco piano, I'm pretty sure I remember. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Well, let's count. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to c5. Then I did, or bishop to c4. Then I did bishop to c5. What happened after that? What did they do? So I got three moves. E4, E5, the knights, the bishops. Did they develop their knight? Then did C3, and then we did F6. And I know that they did like A3 at one point. I don't know. Let's look at how everything went. Our opponent played, not exceptionally well, but well. We played below average or right at average, and yeah, just this blunder. We actually had an advantage, and we blundered it all away. And then just weren't able to do anything after that. Says our opponent played like a 2000, we played like a 1700. It gave me a good for the middle game, but we all know that's not true. So, yeah, I can't remember the moves. So E4, E5, C, knight C6, knight F3, knight C6, knight C4, knight C5, and castle. Okay, so they castled. We did knight F6. And then yeah, then I think they did the weird pawn move A3, and then I think we castled. Okay, no, they developed. We castled. There's the A move. How many moves is this? This is the sixth move. D4. Okay, I felt like we're holding it down. They're attacking here. Should I have just, yep, protecting there. Should have just taken another moment. Alright, we're making good moves. Yeah, so this was the beginning of the end for me. This was the other thing I was considering. Okay, it was a mistake. And then the other thing I was considering, also an inaccuracy. That's interesting. It couldn't have been this. Trading, but opening, and then potentially rook lift. Maybe. Maybe. And then opening here. I don't know. Okay, so that's what it wanted me to do. Fascinating. Fascinating. But yeah, not optimal. They're doing some stuff. I'm curious, hang on. So we still have an advantage there. It was, I think, 1. So it's giving me better than there. This, I think it's kind of like fine. Yeah, that was not the best. Doing good. Bringing them there. Yeah, let's see. Is this anything? Is this any good? Still kind of keeps us around. How about this? At least it's not blunder. At least I'm not blundering. How about this? Nothing special. How about this? Nothing special. This. Nothing special. How about that? Okay, yeah. It wanted this. It wanted this pawn gone to do some work. Well, it took a decent amount, but yeah, unfortunately, when you take the blundering move out of all the options, it's not great. So at this point, yeah, 4 points up. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, it's fun to see this maneuvering. It's all fine, but yeah, at a certain point, just can't take anymore. Concede defeat. I mean, it's they try to teach you not to give up. Maybe because it's so painful to be there. Maybe that's what dissuades you from blundering more. Like when you just resign, you're just like, it's not as painful. But I want to spare people the indignity of having to watch through this if anybody ever decides to. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.